The current situation of the international relations with Iran is such that in many countries the public opinion has been brought to think that there are great reforms going on in Iran. As an international expert and having been following the situation of Iran for many years now, I can say that in my opinion the situation is much different from what the international media very often say. There is no real reforming process going on in Iran. We all know that the current president, Mr. Rouhani, is not the person that holds the most of the power in the country, but nevertheless, he is not a reformer at all. Under his presidency, according to all the trustable reports, there has been no improvement in the general human rights situation, and in particular the situation of women in Iran. And if we think about the execution, we see that in Iran there are some 3 executions every day. So the death penalty issue, that is one of the issues that I've been dealing most in all my activities for human rights, is one of the crucial points to understand what is happening in Iran. Iran is the country in the world with the highest level of executions per number of inhabitants. And this is one of the points. The other points are the fact that Iran continues to finance and support terrorist groups in the region, in the Middle East, and not only in the Middle East, I would say. So it is the same Iranian regime of the Ayatollah that we have been knowing since 1979. We believe that Iran should change, and this changement can happen only with a regime change, not just with the change of some persons within the dominating class in Iran. A few months ago, there has been the so-called elections. So the elections actually were not for a normal parliament, but just for a consultative assembly and for the assembly of the experts. But it was impossible to be candidate in any of these bodies if not approved by superior instances that were all an expression of the regime. So there is in the current Iranian situation not a complete sign of change. This is so much more serious as we think about the development of the nuclear issue. The accord on the nuclear issues that has been, let's say, perfected just a few months ago, after the deal reached in Vienna last year, this accord allows the Iranian regime to continue developing the nuclear activities in a way that many experts believe dangerous for the possible risk of uranium upgrade standard that would allow also to have nuclear weapons. The international controls on this, according to the nuclear deal, are quite weak, and I am not completely sure that it is really possible to stop in any given moment the possibility for the Iranian regime to arrive to achieve a nuclear weapon. So it is something extremely serious. In my opinion, this is a great danger for the region and for the whole international community. So my idea is that we should and we must continue using all our pressures, diplomatic pressures, economic pressures, political pressures towards Tehran in order to arrive to a true change in that country. We should absolutely support the movement of resistance against the Iranian regime in the country and support the Iranian dissidents, the Iranian opposition that is currently in exile out of their country and that continue to struggle for freedom and democracy of Iran. For this reason, I think it is very important the annual gathering of the Iranian people from all over the world, together with high-level politicians, human rights experts, members of different parliaments and governments, that will take place in Paris, also this year on July the 9th. I will be there, of course, as I used to be almost 7 years, since a long time, and I invite all the people that care about human rights, democracy, peace in the world, and in particular for freedom and democracy and human rights in Iran, to join us for the gathering in Paris on 9th of July.